Okay, welcome to the trail preview video for Pippingford. This is next weekend. I'll probably put this video out over the weekend coming, so you should have a week to look at the trails, and hopefully if you've not signed up or your mates not signed up, get them signed up. I'm joined by Tim today.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to have a little look around. We're going to plan is to ride the stage, maybe come back and look at any interesting features, discuss them with you, make sure we highlight anything to you. Also, how we're going to lay this out, there's the two longest, pedaliest, flowiest stages are first, and then the two shortest, steepest stages are second. So get the flowy ones out the way first, then end the day on the two flowiest ones. So I'll just show you stage one, which is a firm favourite, old school track here at Pippingford. Okay, stage one, ready to go.
Yep.
So as I said, this is one of the flowiest, pedaliest ones. I'll shout out features as they come. A couple of flat corners to start off with. Nice sniper routes, bit of a jump to go. You can boost that. Little rollable drop, some big berms, bit of wet here, it's rained heavy today. Bit of a drop into a big berm. Another big berm, into a bit berm. Into a berm, into a berm. This is a bit of a jump here, a bit of a pedal into it. Nice boosty jump. Another boosty jump. Woohoo! And you cut off onto this little drop. Another big little berm here. Oh, this trail's so much fun. Berm, rollable drop. There's a really nice little S berm here. Bam, bam. Oh, a bit of a pedal here, inside line on this berm, outside line on that berm. Woo. Very steep bit here, very rollable. There's a huge berm at the end, so you let it go a bit. Woo. Inside on the jump. Woo. Oh, that was sketch but fun. Okay, bit of a flatter section here. Get on the pedals in the race. Pretty fast still, some sniper routes, plenty of berms. Okay, so this is coming up to a bit of a drop section, rollable but steep. Okay, pedals up this climb, short climb, around the puddle, and back downhill again. Through here, woo, steep, couple of pedals up this incline, and go, go, go. Pump the hole. Okay. Yeah. Open and loose down here. Open the bar. Pump through all the compressions. Tight around this tree. And then the finish of the trail in the bottom of this hollow here. Finish there. Woo. That's stage one. Okay, so I've just come up stage one a little bit. And this is one of the last features to get to. It's just a bit of a roll. It's very rollable and not actually that hard to ride. It's quite a nice ride out too, but when you get to it, it's a bit daunting because it looks steep and there's a little bit of rut. I opened it up a few years back. Actually, it's much better than it used to be. It used to have a much bigger rut, but basically it's rollable and you can roll down it nice and controlled. There's a bit of rock in there too, so a bit grippy on the way down. So there's no way around this, but it's quite straightforward to roll it. Looks daunting from the top, but once you roll down it, it's not a problem. A bit like rolling into a bomb hole, that sort of rolling. Okay, so the next feature up stage one is you come down another steep chute like before, but longer and wider, and it's a nice steep bit. You've got a huge berm at the end of it, and then you've got the option to go round a jump or over a jump. I'm not quite sure which is fastest yet. But when I came down here first, I went over the jump, and Tim's just heading up. He's going to go over the jump as well. So the rolling's just down there. Nice big berm here, and you've got this booter and round. I sort of jumped into the middle of the track, so I think if you jump over and you probably jump a bit more right, you can probably jump into the berm and switch rounds. But let's see how Tim does it, and then I'll give it a go as well. Okay, see, Tim did what I did there. If you jump it quite straight, it takes you right into the middle of the track. So I think you want to jump it a little more to the right. So I'll go up and give it a go. see if jumping it slightly to the right helps, or if I jump into a bush. We'll have a look, see what happens.
Super soggy though.
Okay, so that feature was pretty good actually. If you just jump it slightly right, not too much right, there's a sort of, as you come down, there's a rhododendron bush. We have track walk here, so if you do come on a Saturday, come for the track walk, and you can have a look at all these features, and you can like review the video before or after and sort of see what I'm talking about. But there's a rhododendron bush. It's quite a nice point to aim for. So as you go off the jump, try not to go too straight, just slightly right, and it feels really natural actually. Feels really good. So we're right up the top of stage 1 now. This is a really cool, this is like a very bike parky sort of section. Looks a little overgrown with grass and stuff, but all the berms are under there, and as Tim found out, it's best to use the berms. It's a bit greasy on the inside, but we will tape most of the berms in. The only exception will be this corner here, because the berm goes kind of really out of the way, so we'll leave this one open, and then you guys can decide whether it's quicker to go around the berm or on the inside. But I'd say nearly all of the other corners it's quicker to use the berm. The berms are massive, you can really hit them as far as you want, and it's quite nice and dry on the berms. So where over the years the sort of water's run through the base of the berms, it's quite greasy down the bottom, but it's pretty grippy in the berm. So hit the berms as hard as you can is my advice, and then make a decision on the one that's left open. Okay, so I thought I was going to do the last bit of filming, but Tim and I were just chatting. So right at the top of stage 1, right after the first corner, there's a jump, and it's a bit of a double, but it's extremely rollable, or pumpable, but actually it's really nice to jump. So even if you're sort of not great at jumping, or you're new to jumping, it's actually quite mellow to jump, and it's very caseable. It's not too bad to overshoot as well if you go too big, so it's a really good one to show you, and I reckon me and Tim will have a go like we did down there, filming it, and yeah, I'll show you what it's like. It's, as I said, very easy to roll, so there's no tape round it or anything, and it is a double. Let me just point to, so the takeoff is here, landing's down here, but it's a lot lower down, so even if you just plop off it or roll over it, it's absolutely fine to do it anything. So really nice jump to learn to jump on, or as a beginner. Okay, Tim and I will do it now and show you. Yeah, so Tim's going to go do it now, and I'll show you. It's also very good for photographers, this one, so quite often get photographers here, so it's a good place for him. Yeah, go ahead, Tim. So he'll just show you, and then I'll show you me doing it. There you go. So Tim jumps across. So it just about, it's a very slight case. He didn't have a full run in, so very slight case, but you know, it was nothing rolled through very smoothly. And then you're into the big Burmy section where he's just pushing up now. So that's the big Burmy section there. So I'll give it a go now and show you what's what. I'll do some chatty. So this is stage 2. It's a similar length to the last one. In fact, it starts near enough the exact same place and ends near enough the exact same place. It's got a very similar flavour on elevation drop. So there's some slightly flatter bits, some slightly faster bits, some pedally bits and flowy bits. But the main difference is it's pretty much all natural, apart from a few little features chucked in there. But again, they're more sort of naturally features rather than sort of that first one's bike parky features. So again, we'll ride through it, and Tim's going to follow me down, do some follow footage as well, hopefully, and we'll come back up and highlight any features. So this is stage 2. Roll straight in. Ready? When we hear beep beep beeps,
beep beep beep,
let's go. Stage 2. So just roll in here, past some old war stuff. So this is nice and flowy. It's not too steep, but it's nice flow. It's quite tight around some trees, and the follow cam's died already, so we weave between the trees. It's not very steep, but it feels pretty fast because you're in the trees, right? So we've raced this quite a few years, and there's some quite nice catches to get them, but you can get them nice. Also a lot of sniper routes in there, so you've got to be nice and flowy. But there's lots to pump through, you know, generate speed, pump it out. There's a tight left here, you've got to get that through here, and there's a little double up if you want, and then you just turn down here. All very natural, this pretty slick and after the rain today, but across the fire road here, a couple pedals, and you drop straight into a bomb hole, which is pretty steep. Again, this looks steep, but you can just do a nice straight line, don't need to do much. Through a bomb hole, out of the bomb hole, and then you kind of follow this river down. There's a very similar flow all the way through, but a bit more natural. You know, there's some pumps, some techie bits through roots, rocks, and a couple pedals, pumps, roots, off camber, through a hole, through another hole. It opens up here, you can get your pedal strokes in, you quickly get pretty far. And here's the first of the major features. It's a relatively big rock garden, you can't really see it, but we'll come back and show you. So I'm going for it now. These are the rocks, a bit lumpy, a couple of pedals, and there's a bit of a double here, so pop. Again, we'll come back and see that. Then it's basically just flow to the end. Slow flow, single track, all the way to the end. Quite nice and fun. Through this compression, up, a bit of a bomb hole that, a couple of pedals, and then the end in sight just here. Okay, the trail end about there. Okay, so that's stage 2, and stage 1 ends just there. So as I said, start and end very similarly. Okay, so this is probably the only real bit of note on stage 2 that's worth coming back and look up at. So it's a big rock garden and a little double before it. Tim and I were just talking, both the rock garden maybe look daunting at first, and the double definitely looks daunting, but it's tiny and there's an easy way around it as well. But anyone that can do a tiny little pop, that's all it requires if you've not got any speed. But if you've got any speed, it's very, very easy. I'll show me or Tim doing it in a minute. It's very straightforward. So let me just talk you through it. So this is the rock garden. It's covered in grass, so you can't really see it, but the rocks are quite big in here. But actually, if you just let it roll through, just roll through it like trail speed, you hardly even notice. So it's quite a big rock garden. If you come and walk it, you'll see it. But as I said, roll through, straight through the middle, like Tim and I just did a minute ago, riding down the trail. And it's actually the bit after it's a little bit muddy, so that's actually harder than riding through the rock garden. So let me just show you the double now. So this is the double just behind me. It's a little log across a ditch. So this ditch, water runs through in the winter, and before we had this double, this was really muddy, boggy bit. So I put a couple of rocks in there and done this double, and since then no issues with mud here. But it's less than a bike length long, it's a lot further down as well, and Tim and I were just talking, you could probably bumble through this and roll through it. If not, where Tim's standing here, you can just ride around it. So either ride round it to the right, or I'd say a good 90% of the people at this race could very easily do this. It will probably be called a drop or a double on the signage, but it's probably roll straight through it or just pop over it. It's a very little pop. I'll do maybe a video of Tim coming through the rock garden and doing the little pop, and I'll narrate it as he does. Okay, so Tim's just riding up the hill. I don't want to stand it too long because there's a lot of ants here, big ants nests, pretty cool big ants. But yeah, hopefully he'll ride in soon. So his plan is to ride through the rock garden, then over this little jump. Okay, I'll show him now. Go on, Tim! Go! So you see him just rolling in. He's going to hit the rock garden just about now, roll through it. It's a bit bumpy, but not a problem. And you'll see him just do this little pop. See, nothing. So a tiny little pop at trail speed, tiny little pop. Or if you don't want to do the pop, you just ride around it to the right. It's very rollable to the right. And as we said, you probably roll through it as well. It's not a huge drop or a huge hole to roll into, as long as you knew it was coming. Okay, so this is stage 3. This is very similar to what we had 2 years ago, I believe. Put it back in, and it was quite tricky to find. So it's there or thereabouts. It was a lot of it was brand new 2 years ago, so I think it'll feel pretty much brand new to everyone this time. As I said, these last two are much shorter and sharper than the others. They have a couple of little pedally bits, but in essence mainly they just head down the hill, so they're much shorter time wise. So if we get down the end, and then we'll show you any key bits afterwards. Okay, let's go, stage 3. Okay, so straight into this little quarry bit to start with. Some quite cool bits through here. Steep, rooty, got to keep a nice line through, just nice and tech. Up through this old quarry section. Couple of pedals here. Little bomb hole. There's a bit of a steep section here, a bit of a steep chute. Again, just roll down it straight. And then a grassy section at the bottom. Grassy section at the bottom. Over some roots here. Go round this corner of the fire road, straight across here, try and find where the line goes. So obviously tape for you guys. There's some rocky bits through here, some nice open turns. It's much faster than day one, so it's taped and you can see where you're going. So some high line here, it's nice and high up through here, off camber, sharp turn left. You go straight through these woods, nice through here. Pretty fast and flat out this, and then the stage will end about there. So that is stage 3. I said very short and sharp, but you pretty much go straight on the hill. On the day you'll do it much faster than we just did, but it's quite hard to follow with no tape. So this is stage 4. 4, that's 4 fingers, that's 4. And you start here, try and max about through those trees. I forgot to say for the last stage, but the e-bikes will do the last 2 stages twice, so they'll do stage 3 and 4, so that'll be their stages 5 and 6, and then standard bikes will do 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one starts with these trees. It's a little bit flat and pedally just for the first little bit, but you're very quickly through that, and after that it pretty much just points down the hill all the way. There's very little pedaling after that, and it's over very quickly, but it's very fast, this one, especially when the tape's up. Won't be as fast as me and Tim now because can't see where we're going,
and I'm not quick anyway.
So we're gonna give it a go now, and this one I built a new jump on it. I've never ridden it, so we'll do a crash test dummy video in a minute. So we'll come back up and do that afterwards if I survive doing it in this run here. So,
full Tim Hawk coming up.
Yeah. So hitting it blind now, off we go, stage 4. Still got to tidy up this start a little bit, just through here, a bit more strimming to do. And this is the pedally bit I said, just a few pedal strokes. Before you know it, you're into this little bomb hole, and then it's downhill from here. Okay, right here, around this old berm that we built a couple of years ago, fast through here, fast, straight across this fire road. That way, not that way. Okay, little pump here, pump, left, right, little hop off that tree, through here, little drop, and this is a new jump. See how this goes. Whoa, shit, that's massive. Okay, come back to that in a minute. Okay, very techy through here, loads of lines through these trees, tight. I'm not sure Tim's going to find the way behind me, but and then the finisher is right here. I say this one is light speed. It's starts and ends at the same place as the last one, but it's a good 20 seconds quicker probably. Just so fast once the tape's in. Great fun, just holding on, and that jump's going to be a menace. So let's go have a look at that. So come back up to look at this jump. So I think this is going to be a bit of a menace in the actual race. You can see both our tyre marks pretty similar. Went off here and it kind of jumps you the right direction actually. The takeoff is slightly angled to the right and does take you around to the right direction, but I don't think you want to be pulling on this too hard because you'll go about half a mile that way probably. Let's give it a go now, see what happens. Okay, so we're rolling into this new jump, see how it goes. I'm doing a little head film. Tim's going to do a little footage, so you've got to go to the left here, nice straight line, and you can jump it. That's actually nice once you know it, and you can sort of jump off a bit flat. Wasn't too bad, probably should go a bit faster than that, but okay, so that actually felt relatively comfortable. probably at a similar speed the first time around, but I felt a lot more in control. What I did was, Tim's just about to go up and do it now, boy. When I run into it, I come a lot more left, and so I had a much straighter run into it. And you see, pretty much every tyre track is going off this side of it, which is definitely the side you want to be going off it. But a little more to the left as you're running in, and yeah, I got quite a nice pop. Probably landed somewhere about there. There's a little bit of a downslope a bit further. If you were going a little bit faster, you'd easily make that. But yeah, it's not too bad actually. Let's see how Tim gets on. And if you want to go around it, there's a line just round it, not a problem on the left. Okay, so Tim's coming in, just dropping across the fire road here. A little drop there in the run in. A nice little jump from Tim there. So you see, he landed just about there. So again, quite a nice step down, made it look pretty comfortable really. And that was quite a nice trail speed too.